to our kitchen.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
What are we making today, Kaitlin?
I'm Kaitlin.
I'm Klara.
Clara's
Sorry.
skipping ahead.
I'm super excited today. Like that
Yay!
is, I'm just ready. I'm ready to get started.
Because it's the holiday season,
It
which
is.
we love, and
We
we're
do.
talking about gift giving.
We are. So in a time of lots of gift giving, lots of baking, which I love, you might be wondering, well, maybe I don't want to bake cookies for the whole office, or I don't want to buy everyone something.
Or so-and-so's gluten-free,
Yeah.
or so-and-so has an allergy of some
Yeah.
sort, and it can just get overwhelming.
So we're going to talk some fun gift ideas.
Yes.
Things that you can make to give to people that you love.
Yes. So we had a blog go up earlier this month about DIY jars for every condition.
Every condition.
And we pulled a bunch of stuff from other RDs as well. And so
Yeah.
you can go on there and see this huge list of ideas. There are like oatmeals, there are breads, there are
Applesauces.
applesauce,
Jams.
jam, pumpkin butter,
Yeah.
energy bites that I made,
Spice jars.
spice jars that we made,
Yeah.
some other things from you, gluten-free brownies,
Yes. Yep.
some things we're going to be talking about next.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got everything.
We're ready.
So what are we making today?
So we're going to demonstrate our no sodium spice mixes. So these are all on our website. The recipes are there. You can also go to the blog and you'll see, you can click the link. So they actually turn out super cute. You can come take a look at these. We'll go in a little bit. So we're going to demonstrate our taco seasoning because tacos are life. But we have a barbecue seasoning, a Greek seasoning, a chili seasoning, taco seasoning, and a Montreal seasoning, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. And the reason why this makes such a great gift is that not everyone can have salt.
Correct, yeah.
And so, yes, you can go and buy McCormick's little seasoning,
Yep.
taco seasonings,
Yep.
but it does have a lot of sodium. Most seasoning blends tend to have salt added.
Yep.
So that can be really tricky for people who have kidney disease or congestive heart failure or high blood pressure, who are really trying to limit their salt intake but want their food to taste good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is certainly, it's a thing I talk to a lot of my clients about because they're like, well, I just want it to taste good, and but so there are ways that you can do that without adding salt. And so we're going to
Salt-free seasoning.
all of our herbs and spices that we have. So I'll get started on that. This is super easy, and this is also very budget friendly because you can get some of these bigger containers and you can make a bunch of them. And some of these seasonings, these spices, they overlap. So you're not going to be buying 12,000 seasonings. It's also a great way, I think, to use up seasonings that you want to get rid of and then restock your own pantry.
Because you should be using your seasonings fairly quickly. It's about 6 months, I believe, you should be re-upping your seasonings, getting new ones. So, what do we got going in this taco seasoning?
All right, so I am going to get my, where are you, the garlic powder. So I'm going to give this to you. We're going to mix this in this little container thing here. We have about 1.5 teaspoons of that here. Proportions with you.
So taco seasoning is actually something that's super simple, and I make my own all the time. I don't really get the little packets because it's chili powder, it's cumin, it's oregano, paprika, garlic.
You honestly probably have most of the stuff in your pantry already. And then the other thing is, think outside the box with the taco seasoning, and really any of these. So obviously you can use it with ground meat tacos like you might traditionally do, but you can also do it with, put it on some chicken. There's a
mushroom, like you're vegetarian.
As you put it with your beans.
Yeah,
So.
I usually slow cook my black beans for tacos, and I just do a basic taco seasoning. Stick them in the crock pot for 8 hours, and they're delicious.
All right, so I'm putting in the chili powder. So you're doing about 1/4 cup of the chili powder.
I'll work on the cumin.
Right, our favorite. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna get the paprika. This is what gives the taco seasoning all that pretty color.
So you get a decent amount of chili powder, 1/4 cup, decent amount of cumin. There's 3 tablespoons going in. A tablespoon of paprika.
Yep. And you can, so we're putting this in a little bowl that we're mixing right now, but if you know that, for example, all gonna fit in your jar, you can also just mix it directly in the jar and then shake it up. So what I do at home is I'll make a few recipes of taco seasoning at a time, just so I can grab it quickly. I'll throw everything in a mason jar and just shake it up, and then it's ready to go. So, all right, so let's do the red pepper flakes.
You haven't done the black pepper
I
yet,
have
you?
not. No.
Mm.
This is half a tablespoon, or let me get a teaspoon. And this can certainly be adjusted if you want it to be hotter or not as hot.
Hotter. Always.
If Kaitlin is picking, we're going hotter. All right. So let's do some onion powder as well. And this is really, if we're talking no sodium seasonings, using all of these different spices and herbs is a great way to get flavor. And just make sure though that there are no salt added. So not onion salt, not garlic salt. Those are probably the two of the bigger ones, but just making sure
things that you may not think about having salt in them, like lemon pepper seasoning does have salt in it, so it's not always. I did not do oregano. So go ahead.
Try to do right now.
So some things that don't necessarily say salt in them may still have salt added.
Yeah.
I do recommend usually Trader Joe's has a good kind of like an anything blend called 21 Seasoning Salute.
Yeah.
That is a bunch of herbs and spices and no salt.
Yeah.
So I use that on like chicken, beef.
I'm struggling a little bit over here.
So you can find them. There's also Mrs. Dash, those types of seasoning blends. But
and then I'm just gonna mix this up a little bit. And so for something like this, it doesn't matter as much, what order you put it in, if it's pretty or not.
And you could even, if you wanted to, you could layer it. Like you see, we have layered jars with the beans. You could layer the different colors if you wanted.
You certainly could.
A little something.
All right, we got this going, and then now comes the moment of truth. Let's see how much taco seasoning is spilled everywhere. All right. So
I'm gonna watch you very closely.
I know this is exactly what's gonna happen.
Why don't we do this? We're gonna problem solving.
Ooh,
You just scoop, and I'll hold this.
Great,
jar.
excellent. And we're also using a little juicer doodad because it has a spout.
Why not?
Because it has a spout, and it's gonna come in so nicely. There we go. And if I don't.
Do you have I see your smell. Oh,
I know you're gonna smell like taco seasoning. I'm sorry.
Do you have a favorite DIY jar from the blog?
I think it is either the brownies or I really like the bread because I'm a fan of, getting, one, I'm a fan of baking, but two, I love getting kids in the kitchen and getting them involved in the kitchen. So I think those are like super fun and easy things once you get have the jar and, doing an activity together. Oh, look, it did all good. Excellent.
Yay. Minus the one.
Minus the little spillage. All right, and then you just.
Where'd you get those jars?
I got them at IKEA actually, I
Okay,
believe, and I've seen them also at Target. So you can get them, or you can even do smaller little mason jars too. So all of it would work. And then we just tied a little bow on it to be festive.
Yay!
But yes, definitely the baking ones because I like getting in the kitchen, getting the kids in the kitchen. You can get them to mix things for you. So what about you?
I like the energy bites. So the one that is on the blog is our pumpkin pie spice energy bites. But we have a lot of different versions. Like there's the chocolate peppermint ones, there's the lemon ones, the chocolate drizzled ones, the toasted coconut ones. And it's not it's a little time intensive of a thing to make. Yeah. But they're delicious. And so if you can gift that to someone, like you don't have to get your food processor out, but here's snacks for the next 2 weeks.
Right, absolutely. And these type of jars too have, I think, a lot of translations into, like, if you have someone or your child is going to college and you want to send them with some snacks, or you know that they might like to bake some brownies, but they don't necessarily have all the ingredients. You can make one of these little jars and then give it to them, and then all they have to do is put in the wet ingredients.
Cool. Okay, so the other two that we did bring in today to show are the bean jars, the 5 bean. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5 beans.
5 beans.
Vegetarian soup, right? Or is it chili? It's soup.
It is soup, I guess.
And so we layered the beans. Now we do have little packets where we have like a low sodium bouillon, vegetable bouillon. Yep. And some seasonings, bay leaves. If you were to get a little bit of a larger jar, like say this one, you could definitely just tuck this in on top of the beans inside the jar. So that's a little bit more package friendly. Just give them the one jar.
Yep.
But that's super cute, and you just dump it out with some liquid.
Yep. And the instructions, they aren't on this one, but
No.
what you can do is then just put them on here and give them the recipe and what they need. I believe they are on this next one over here.
Now this one, come with a little pun, like I've been thinking of
Thinking
you.
about you.
That's me, haha. You're so
I'm so
clever.
funny. You're so funny.
And then the next one is one of yours.
Yes, this is our cranberry pumpkin bread. So again, we like layered the things on there to make it kind of cute and pretty. And what I love about this type of recipe is that it's just a simple, like dump everything in, into the wet ingredients and mix it and bake it. So on here we have the little instructions that come with it. So you can get these tags too at Target or Michael's, Staples, Office Supply.
And you printed on them.
Yep.
Cute little tag that says Seasons Eatings.
Yep.
And then the instructions. Now, I had to wake up at 6 o'clock this morning to get this bread baked. Because here it is. Here it is. I'm falling over. Super easy. I got up, whisked some pumpkin puree, a little bit of oil, and 2 eggs, and then dumped that in, mix it, and put it in here to bake.
Yeah.
So
Minimal prep.
easy peasy.
Lemon
And
squeezy.
it smells delicious.
It does. And I made a bunch of these last year as well, and what I did was I just like honestly did assembly line. Like I put all the jars out and I just like went down the line and put like flour in all of them, and then put the sugar and the spices and all that kind of thing. And if you have help, then it makes it even easier because then you just are following. So it's quick to put together as well.
So if you're sick of Christmas cookies or just want a little bit more variety, we got you covered.
We do.
Lots of options.
Yeah, and definitely for all of our friends who are looking for something more allergy friendly, condition specific, we have diabetes friendly things in there. We have gluten free, low sodium, other allergy friendly things, some no nut things, because that's also a concern. So dairy free as well. So there's a lot of different things going on in there that can really help you out if you're looking for something.
So, it's almost the new year.
It is our favorite time because it's the resolution time.
It is the resolution time. Now, next month, January
21st,
we're going to be back.
We will.
And we are talking about not New Year's resolutions,
No.
but how to be nourished in the new year. Because resolutions can really set you up essentially for failure if you set these really unsustainable or unrealistic goals for yourself.
Absolutely.
And we want to talk about things that are more realistic, more sustainable.
Yeah.
So that you feel good.
Right. We're going to give you some tips and tricks to make sure that you are feeling good, especially coming out of the holidays. I think it's a hard time. Routines are off. Sometimes maybe meal planning isn't happening as much as it, maybe you might want it to. So it's a great way to reset, feel good, feel better,
Feel nourished.
feel nourished.
Alrighty, well, we hope everyone has a happy holidays, happy new year,
For sure.
and we will see you January 21st.
January 21st. Have a good rest of your day.